So we have talked about all of the endless benefits of massage, but there are a couple that we haven't touched on as much as the others. And a recent trip to India and an incident with my 7-year-old reminded me of these recently. So the first thing that we do when we massage our children, our kiddos, whether infants, toddlers, tweens, is that we ask them permission. And part of that reason is for us to know when is the right time to massage, but it is also for them to know that they have say over who touches them and how, and for them to distinguish between loving touch and not loving touch. So that's the one benefit. The other thing is that when massage is part of your family's lifestyle and practice, children don't seek out that touch that we all need physiologically that makes us human from other places, from other sources, from outside the home. And so a recent trip to India, I came across a lot of attention on the girls being biracial, but this was actually coming from flight attendants. We were deplaning, and my husband and myself, I think my parents were with me, and my little one, my youngest one, were ahead. My 7-year-old was trailing behind, and the flight attendants sort of stopped all of us and asked if they could take a picture with my daughter. And so we said yes, if she was okay with that. And so we sort of walked ahead to make room for other customers. And when she came down to join us, I said, how did that go? What was that about? She said, oh, they wanted to take a picture with me. I said, okay, were you okay with that? She said, yeah. And she said, but then they asked me to give them a hug. And I said, did you? And she said, yeah. And she said, but they asked if I wanted to give them a kiss. And I said, well, what did you do? And she said, I did, and I wasn't comfortable with it. And I was really pleased to hear that. I don't think that there was any malice or ill intention on part of the flight attendants. It was a cute child. They were very loving towards her. But they had made a request that made her feel uncomfortable, and she felt empowered enough to say no to an adult. And so I was really happy to hear that. I know that she's going to be in situations and circumstances a lot where she's going to be challenged, and she's going to have to sort of balance being kind, right? We're all sort of socialized to be kind as female and women, and protecting herself. And so I know that there are situations where she has chose kindness, and being uncomfortable, say playing with kids, that she didn't want to. But I was happy that in this situation she chose what felt good, right for her. So another benefit of massage is that your children will learn the difference between loving touch and not loving touch if they're, God forbid, ever in that sort of situation, and that they have the right to say no, which is really empowering them if they are in a compromising situation. So 2 more benefits to add to the arsenal.